So let's move onward together.
Call Onward Chattanooga Homes today.
Nancy Cogar back on the show with us this morning. She, of course, is an elder law attorney here in town. And this morning, her topic, if you can tell behind us, are the pets in our lives. So good to see you.
Always good to see you, Julie.
You know, there is so much that goes into estate planning and planning of any kind. None of us really wants to take the time, I think, to dig in and prepare for the days when we're not the ones here.
Right.
It's one thing to think about your family. You got to think about your pets.
Your human family members.
Yeah, because your pets are your family too.
Absolutely. You know, and I think it's just not something that you would think of just instinctually that, hey, I can plan for my pet.
Right.
And lots of people do. So, and I think it's important because you don't want them ending up over at McCamey, or you don't want to assume someone's going to take care of them. And, you know, sometimes that just doesn't work.
Okay, so what does that look like, though? Because I know I had a neighbor once, and this neighbor was not even old. I mean, really not old. And he said to me, I'm hesitant to get a dog because it might outlive me. And I thought, well, that's not necessarily a good way to be, though. If you would enjoy the companionship now, don't deny yourself that love.
Well, you know, I hate to say it's easy, but it's something that when you're with someone who knows what they're doing, it can be easy to include something like that in your estate plan. You can put, I mean, you can't leave your Schnauzer $10,000, but you can leave $10,000 to a pet trust, you know, in a trust itself or in your will even, and then that helps to put that plan in place.
Okay, let's pause on that a second, because we all know we live in this day and age of, you know, Google it and you can find something online. And legally, wording is everything, and contingency plans are everything. So if you have $10,000 for your Schnauzer in a trust, you have to be very careful how that's worded, because people could come and try to get access to that money. Could they
Absolutely. And if you give it to a person and it's not, you know, worded correctly like you said, then that person can do whatever they want with that cash.
Right.
You know, it's not, maybe they'll do the right thing, but it's theirs and you're gone, so they could do what they want.
Okay, other scenarios could be, oh, that's okay, my daughter's going to take the parakeet, she always loved it. Something could happen that prevents that, correct?
Right. I have 3 dogs now, thank you, Mom. It doesn't work all the time. Some people are allergic. You know, we were talking beforehand, some animals live a darn long time. You know, we've got lots of horses here in Tennessee. They can live up to, you know, 30, 35, and sometimes beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, birds.
Right.
They can live longer than some humans.
So, I mean, you know, Nancy, I'm kind of a spinner, right? I can take any topic and kind of make it relevant to something else. So there are also people watching today who don't have pets.
Right.
But what they might be hearing in you is, okay, this is a lady who helps me think about the things I'm not thinking of.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's what I love doing. Asking people questions, and then they'll say, I never thought of that. Hey, maybe you love dogs and you want to have a dog.
Right.
You can get a dog, just make a plan for the dog if something happens to you. You know, that's just makes sense.
I'm kind of interested in what you said, though, is that you can't leave the Schnauzer the $10,000. Don't we read headlines about that sometimes where, you know, Lucky Cat receives $1 million heiress money or something? But is that not really real?
Oh, no, that happens.
Oh, so
as a matter of fact, even Leona Helmsley, remember her? I think she left most of her estate in a trust to her Shih Tzu. And better believe her family didn't like that.
I'm sure that they did not like that at all. Okay, here we are in kind of this middle of the year, hot. People are looking, I am anyway, I'm in an organizing mood at my house because it's too hot to go outside.
Yeah.
Is this a good time to be thinking ahead to like planning?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, you know, a lot of people are vacationing now. So if this is a time where you have the opportunity to sit down, maybe it's quieter around the house.
Yeah.
And take that time to be able to plan. I mean, pets, people, things, these are all, and even, as I say oftentimes, what are you going to plan for if you can't make decisions for yourself? These are all things that you really need to sit down and work through with someone like me.
Is there a standard age at which people get a will? What age do they first get a will? With the birth of a child, typically?
Yeah, sometimes you see that, and then sometimes they don't ever update that. So I get people coming in when their kids were 6 or 7, and they're now 40.
Oh,
So,
a little bit of a change.
yeah, and needs change then, So it's really important to at least have your documents reviewed every 5 years, I'd say.
And if for some reason, like somebody's had an attorney that they've been using, they think, I think I want to give her a call. Does it work much like it would with the doctor's office with the transfer of records? They just would bring what they have to you and you could review it?
Absolutely. I have attorneys, requesting documents from me every once in a while, and I do the same. And a lot of times we have attorneys that have retired. And you raise a good point, because if you had your will done 25 years ago, those witnesses are long gone. So if we have to call a witness to testify in court, that is going to be, I've had it happen trying to find people, and it's not easy. So if you can update, I would recommend making the investment to update.
It is not a one and done.
No.
You know what else is not a one and done is her podcast. She does that Boomer Time with Nancy Cogar. So you've dropped this week's podcast already?
Absolutely. And we are talking about pets.
Okay.
So, yeah, check it out. And I've got lots of resources there. And if you want to call and have a strategy session, I am more than willing to make time for you, and we'll do that.
Have fun with your 3 dogs.
Oh, thank you.
Nancy Cogar, she's the elder law attorney here in town. Here's her contact information for you to come and sit down and let her help you, nancycogar.com. But do check out her podcast, Boomer Time with Nancy Cogar.
A commercial vehicle hit you, and now you're left to deal with the damage. Medical bills, missed work, mounting stress. You didn't choose this, but you can choose what happens next. Let us fight for your future.
Sick and tired of how hot your house is and those big electric bills that go with it? USA Insulation fixes hot homes. Every time your AC clicks on, it's telling